I'm Dr. Woody Reese. I'm a retired dentist from here in Livingston. I joined the Lions Club in June 1960. I was invited by Allen Peoples, who was president of the First National Bank, and he was president at that time. Our first meeting at that time, Mary, was down where the Whistle Stop is now. It was called Buford's Cafe. And there was a room in the back of it that held all of the Lions Club there. The laugh at Mr. Buford was he had one spoon that he used in everything, whether it be beans or mashed potatoes there. But anyway, then our next trip we went over to the United Pentecostal Church and met there for a year or so. And then we moved up north of town to Roland's Restaurant, and we were up there for many, many years. And then once in a while we'd go up to Choye, and then we went to the Holiday Inn for a year or so. And then finally ended up going back up to Choye, which has been a good situation for all the Lions. The Lions Club used to have cookouts, which was sort of like a Guinea supper at the present time there. And we'd go out into the river bottom to Galloway's Lake and have a cookout there. And everybody'd have fun shooting dice or having a good time. And it was quite enjoyable there. We did this for several years. And then as we got more mature, got out of our teenage foolishness there, well, we started behaving ourselves. One of our major fundraisers was the mop and broom sale. And we did real, real well with that. And then in the mid-'80s, we needed more money, so Pete Mintz came up with the idea of selling Christmas trees. So for about 3 years, we went and harvested our own Christmas trees there. Then after that encounter with the fire ants, we decided to go ahead and buy them. And since then, it's been a good money maker for us there. We've rebuilt restrooms at the fairground. We got Shell Oil Company to donate drilling pipes so that the backstops at the elementary school, the baseball field and everything were constructed by the Lions Club. We put a water fountain by the library at one time, but it got destroyed after 20 years. We've had quite a few people there that in the Lions Club that have been lifetime supporters. When I joined, Benny Glover and Mr. Sandy Moore were still living and active. They had been two of the founding fathers when we were formed in 1941. Edney Duke worked real, real hard, and we had a lot of fish fries down at Edney's place there. Over the years, we've had some wonderful men there. The sad thing about a lot of them have gone on to meet the Maker there. When Lions Club when I joined it, there were no ladies in the Lions Club. Now we have presidents all the way down there. We've been taken over by the ladies there. Lionism is a good organization there. We help a lot of the youth organizations there. We sponsor Lions Club, crippled children's camp there, and diabetic center. On our, what do you call it, our big thing with all the things on it?
Banners?
Banner. It was empty. The first one we put on there was when our Lions Club went 100% for the Lions Club, for crippled children there, which we've had for 25 such years, 30 years. There weren't too many camps doing that at that time. No, I tell you, it's an opportunity to meet and greet people and get to know the people of your community there. And the way it's set up there, the families intermingle too, so it's good for them there. At the time that I came here, Ernest Reuter wanted me to join the Rotary Club, but you did not. You had to be one of a kind, one attorney, one dentist, and Dr. Whitlis was the only dentist, and he had been there for years. And Rob was a real good friend of mine. I didn't want to ask him to go inactive for me to join there. Now they set up, you can have 5, 6, or 7 of each.
Reuter was alive.
Yeah, I said Ernest Cochran.
Ernest Cochran.
When I came to town, Ernest sort of took me under his arm.
That's in 1960?
1960, yeah. He helped me quite a bit there along the
How
way.
did you decide on Livingston, Texas? I know it's close to Groveland, but
I had a brother in Lufkin as a dentist, so I knew I couldn't go to Lufkin. So, because he's a old percher there and I'm a prancing horse, okay? And so anyway, I went to Diboll and drew plans to go to Diboll. And when I needed Arthur Temple, he headed off for a 2-week bear hunt up in Alaska. So anyway, I came back this way, and Dr. McLean, the optometrist, he was an old Groveton boy. So between he and Dr. Bergman, who was James's father, taught me into coming on back in here. And so anyway, Dr. Bergman said, here's your office. I'll pay for half of the petitioning and all that stuff for you. You pay the other half.
where was that office located?
Right there by Pop's Barbershop.
Oh, yeah, you were there
I was there
forever.
29 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I moved over across from Cochran Funeral Home there in 1989. Stayed there until I retired about 3 years ago. And you were living next door there for a while.
I did live next door to you for about a year.
Yep, sure did. You know, that pear tree on that lot there never did have pears, but this last year it had the most beautiful pears God ever sent. It was gorgeous, it really was there. The little dentist that bought my practices had a stroke.
Oh, no.
He was about 45. He's paralyzed on the right side of his body. His wife is also a dentist. She's in the Galleria, and they're keeping it open with help coming in and her coming a day or so a week.
Did you sell the property?
Sold it all, yeah, I just turnkey, yeah.
I looked at the building, but
It needed help.
It was a dentist office. That's
Oh,
all.
yeah. Well, you could
changed so much.
have knocked out it was built to tear petitions out.
Could have, but
And been opened up, but you'd have some money in it.
Yeah.
And
All right,
it was service, it was my needs. The reason I joined the Lions Club, because my dad and my brother had both been presidents of the Lions Club in Groveton. So I had grown up with Lionism. That adequate?
Well, we definitely answered all the questions. Unless you have anything else you want to say.
Nope, you look around and nobody there. That's the sad part, Gary. You'll know it when you get old. So
you look around, nobody's there.
that's right.
Nobody you started
That you
with.
used to know.
I guess one of the funniest things I ever had, Victor Galloway. You remember Victor?
I do.
Okay, Victor he was a good buddy of mine there. Anyway, he was the officer. He said, Woody? And I said, yeah, Vic. He said, you know, I'm an old fool. And I said, how's that, Victor? He said, well, we had a high school reunion down at wherever he's buried down there, out from Goodrich down there. And he said, there's 3 or 4 of us standing around there. And I, like a fool, said, well, I guess that's all that's coming. And somebody said, Victor, you old idiot, look around. They're all here. But it was comical.
How old are you now?
81.
Just turned 81.
I used to be old.
A lot of them don't make it.
That's not me.
A lot
A lot of people.
Gary, if you start on the north end of town at Ernest Reuter's and Buddy Reuter's and all that, and come all the way down on Main Street, there's not a person left living. Sidney Smith was the last one.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Now, Ward, Jones, and Jack Jackson, they were off the beaten path there.
Yeah.
But other than that, all the pharmacists, all the drugstores, all Perry Brothers, gas company, all of them are long gone, you know. And Chester Dean, the gas company.
Yeah, we talked about him a little while ago. I called it Centerpoint. What did that used to be called? United Gas.
United,
United Gas.
yeah,
Yeah, it's now Centerpoint.
yeah.